And here we go again.
Welcome back to Random Ramblings. Got it right that time.
Yeah, we'll say that 10 times fast.
I'm Josh. That's Kenny. We'll do it once. And we're good.
He doesn't take the bait anymore.
I mean,
There'll be more. Don't worry.
there will be other reasons,
There's going
too.
to be all sorts of stuff.
There's always something. And I think that's really the benefit to this whole thing, because we don't put ourselves in one category where we have to follow one train of thought, where we can be independently going, man, that sucks, or man, that's funny. And it doesn't matter, because we can talk about it. Or we can't talk about it, because that's not our podcast. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, boy, can we talk. God, he's got a good lord at the ink pens. How much writing are you expecting to do?
To be honest, most of those are from when I left my last job. I used them constantly, so I kept a supply.
Oh,
No.
Never mind, I'll take it back.
I worked for a Fortune 500 company.
Check it.
No,
Oh, no, that one says Ravens.
the Ravens pens were a gift. The
No, that's
G2s,
just a general one.
The G2 ink pens I bought for myself because the ones the Fortune 500 company offered me were crap.
Right, so background, or the studio's at his place.
Yeah.
I am literally just ragging him about anything and everything I find sitting around, except for this fidget spinner. I like it.
I'm going to have to see if I can find you another one so you can take one to your own home office.
I don't have a home office.
I was being nice.
Okay, thank you. I'll take the gift, though. I mean, it's after Christmas, but hey.
Well,
maybe there's an after Christmas sale on fidget spinners.
are they even doing fidget spinners anymore?
I don't know,
Have
but
they
wouldn't
already
it be
trended?
cool if they did another Star Wars and that was actually one of the ships?
I would love to see a droid that behaves like that fidget spinner. Like it
Oh,
travels
that would
from
be
point A to point B.
Awesome.
Just
But,
a little float.
Yeah, it'd have to be razor sharp so it could cut through another ship, though.
But did you notice? I don't think there's ever been a floating droid.
Yeah.
Like a
R2D2 actually had rockets.
no. Primary mode of transport.
Oh.
Primary mode of transport.
Wait a minute. There were some that actually were in space. They were in the when they doubled back to the first 3 books. There were some droids that actually fought the battle. Or are we just talking about they hover everywhere they go?
No, I'm thinking think your astromech protocol, normal, everyday, not battle droids. Because I understand.
All right, what about
there's
the one
some
that was with Darth Vader when they were going to interrogate Princess Leia? It was floating. It was a little spherical.
You're right.
thing.
It was. You're absolutely right. I did not recall that one until just then. So I wish
It's possible I've watched these too much.
No, it's fine. I feel like I'm disappointed that I didn't catch that myself. Fine. Let me re-clarify then. I want the heroes, the good guys, to have a droid that just floats.
Wouldn't it be great in every movie if the heroes, the good guys, had the cool stuff?
Right.
But the cool stuff always seems to belong to the bad guy.
Big bad government.
Well,
that's what you do realize. That's what that is. The big bad government.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
So they kept all the patents to themselves.
That's right.
Made all the cool flying saucers, and then everybody else had to come up with the other crap. I mean, because it's like the Enterprise was state of the art, but the shields always went down first.
Well, if you look at the Rebellion ships, they all look like they were held together with duct tape. It was all about an ideal.
Yeah, it's
all about an ideal.
We have motivation, and that's it.
That's right.
Everything's broke. Everything's broke, but we're going to make it work.
There were no $6 billion men
at
in
least
the Rebellion.
with Battlestar Galactica, you had a reason for that because, it was like the only ship left, so they couldn't even get spare parts.
I'm not going to lie to you. I did not, outside of the title, I know nothing of that series. I will own that up front.
I'm actually going to, and I'm going to suggest it like this. Do the sci-fi reboot.
Okay. Start there or
start there. Start there. And I'm not, first of all, huge fan of pretty much anything that happens in space.
Yeah, me too.
But the original Battlestar Galactica was a little cheeky because it was designed, in the 80s to be a child's show.
Okay.
So it was a little cheeky. Sci-Fi did a reboot and did a fine job at rebooting it and it being the same show, but yet did it from a darker perspective. Of course, a little bit better CGI, a little bit better effects.
Of course.
But they did it from a little darker perspective, and I think you would actually enjoy that one better. I think you would give up on the original one.
Okay.
Way quicker than you would the sci-fi reboot. So I'd go for the sci-fi reboot, and then, if we need to reference something that goes back to the original, I can explain it.
All right, so I'll add that to my list for the new year.
Yeah, add that to your list for the new year. Probably still have not watched Jim Carrey's A Christmas Carol, have you?
Nope.
Okay, well, you know what? You're going to have to do it post-Christmas.
That's okay. A good Christmas movie can be watched anytime.
Yes. That one can. He does a fine job. I mean, really.
No, I have no reason to doubt you on this.
But yeah, anyway, all
that
I'm
from
not going
a
to sit
fidget.
here and go back to Battlestar Galactica because why explain the whole show? And I'm holding the fidget spinner again. This is going to get crazy.
I think my favorite part is all of that came from a fidget spinner.
Yeah, well, that's how my brain works.
I wonder what else in my office.
The fact that you have a shoe holder hanging on your door that holds all of your game controllers and a couple of drumsticks, but I haven't seen a drum set yet.
I have the Guitar Hero World Tour set that came with the electronic drum set.
Nerd. And I mean that in all loving nature. I'm not
First off,
bullying you.
I refuse to pay for the really expensive controller docks for 14 systems when this $9
remote controls down there on the bottom. Are they alphabetized?
That is a spare DirecTV remote because I do have dish satellite at the house. The other controllers are sorted by system. Mind your business.
Yeah, well, currently my business is in your office, and there it hangs. So,
Shit.
And you're the one that brought up we need to look around the room and see if we can start another conversation. So there you go. There's like there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, there's 24 controllers and 23 controllers, 22 controllers, a remote, and a couple of drumsticks.
They're not all controllers. There are other accessories that go along with it, chargers and whatnot, that may or may not get put to use.
Folks,
from
the
time to time.
electronics in this room would make a Best Buy feel bad.
I hope they don't feel bad.
I think
You're welcome.
You've got one of everything.
No, that's not accurate.
Yeah, I don't see a microwave.
That's right. That's out in the rest of the
That's right.
And there's a toaster out there too, because if you're going to have Pop-Tarts,
Wow.
damn it,
I
you don't put them in the
guarantee
microwave.
you the oatmeal cookies are not far away either.
They are on the other side at the
See, later
other
I'm going to
TV.
get an oatmeal cookie and a bottle of water.
There are cases of water out there too. I don't understand. I feel attacked right now. Even though I feel like most of it's complimentary, it feels somewhat attackish.
I'm not going to attack you when there's an oatmeal cookie involved.
Good to know.
Sorry. I mean,
Sweet.
I got a thing for Little Debbie.
So
as long
God.
if I'm going to get an oatmeal cookie, that's a compliment, dude. I don't keep oatmeal cookies at my house.
Really?
Well, this just means I have to work harder at the gym.
Well, that's never stopped me. I
mean, it's bad enough I'm 2,000 years old and I'm on the treadmill at the gym and I've got my earbuds in and I'm listening to dance music so that I can keep up. It's like, no, and I'm over there trying to walk on a treadmill. Thank God for earbuds, so everybody doesn't know what I'm listening to.
I'm amazed you don't have an inner monologue fight between your heart rate and the beat of the music, because they are not on the same downbeat.
No, dude, I can be completely music driven, and well, you're right. My heart may have issues. It's like, anyway, but yeah, I dance music when I'm on the treadmill. You don't do that? You know?
So no, I'm an audiobook guy, to be perfectly honest. I like the escape. If I'm going to torture myself with physical exertion that will hopefully better my health, or with my cream pie consumption, keep it even. I'm okay owning the fact that I'm just trying to keep it even. But with that in mind, if I'm going to put myself in that torture, I'm going to listen to something that I find enjoyable. Not that music's not, but music, I mean, from song to song, constantly changes. My playlist is, I take it back, my song library is out of this world.
I was going to say,
different.
You don't want it, because mine goes anywhere from classical music to rap. So
No, are you kidding me? You want to talk nerd? I have John Williams on my phone. Okay.
Well, see, I can't use my playlist when I'm on the treadmill because 1 minute it's Fairly O's, the next minute it's Eminem. I mean, how can you keep a pace up? I'm trying to keep a pace, dude.
I would want, if I'm trying to keep, I don't even have a playlist. I just have my library, and I either scroll through it, and there's a good chance, because I don't do the treadmill, I walk on the track at our YMCA. There's a good chance I'm taking out an old person who's walking too close to the rail because I'm too busy looking at my phone, which is what they always give us shit for. Young people never put down their phone. I refuse to give in to the narrative while I'm trying to justify my oatmeal cookie consumption.
I hit the treadmill. The treadmill overlooks our river, and I love that. And it has a better feeling because I would prefer to be outside.
I understand.
And we have a river trail for those of you that don't know the area, and I normally walk there, but there's bad weather, so I joined
Absolutely.
the Y. But and what's funny,
spending money also makes me more
before
accountable.
I went and bought before I went and bought the earbuds, the Bluetooth ones, the nice ones, I would walk, and the day's stress kind of comes into your physical activity, and people, I'm pretty certain, thought I was crazy because I'd be just mouthing and yelling about whatever happened at work for the day and stuff like that. And I have to watch myself at the Y because I have the earbuds in. I got the music going, and I'm just pumping. And the next thing you know, you're not listening to the music. You're thinking about something, and it's like, did I just yell that out loud? And the other thing that I have found is very, very difficult is, your body functions, and your body functions more when you're doing physical activity. It is difficult to keep from just farting right in the middle of everything. And it's like, and everybody's got earbuds on, but it would be my luck. It's like I'm going to rip one, and it's going to be one of those.
It's the moment the audio in the Y gives out. You will be right between the clangs of the weights, and it's going to be bang,
and my
bang,
luck would be one of the days. My luck would be one of the days we're doing Christmas music, and it's going to be one of those Taco Tuesday farts, and it's going to just rip straight out, like somebody with a Tommy gun's running in. I mean, it's great. So that's a core exercise. While I'm walking now, because you kind of stop that.
See, anybody who is in any sort of level of regular fitness, I'm not talking body type that goes to a gym or something on a regular basis. I feel like there should be a no judgment sign on the door. Now, I know there's a certain place that says that, and we're a judgment-free zone. Bullshit. You and your purple machines can get out of here with that.
Could you imagine Taco Tuesday, and then on Wednesday you're doing yoga?
Hell no. Hell no. Also, side note, I thoroughly enjoyed yoga. And as a big man, that is not an easy thing to say.
It's not an easy thing to do. I'm not exactly small myself, and yoga is a lot of fun. It works you more than what people think. That you go do it for your first time, and then the next day you're going to feel like you've been lifting weights.
I walk for the cardio. I'm not running. There ain't no running. Unless there's somebody chasing me, and even then, I'm going to see if I'm going to look them up and down to see if it's worth the fight.
Or you sound like me. Well, I don't know. I do run when I see snakes.
Hey, there will be no point of debate there.
You sound like me. It's like, stick them up. Really, are we going to do this?
I was in a.
It's like you can look at me and tell I'm not going to try to run away from you. So chances are I don't have anything that you want.
First off, if you are threatening me, and there is a stunned silence, 2 rules of thought. 1, let it sink in. I'm not standing up to you. I'm sizing you up. I'm not immediately being bring that noise. No. I'm sizing you up first. And then if there's a bring the noise moment, you bring a knife to a gunfight, for example.
And if everybody has not figured this out yet, my mouth's going to open up before I size anything. It's just going to be a case of, hey, stick them up. And I'm going to turn around and go, what the fuck? It's like, you want to do that? What? You want what? I'm out here walking for my health. Do you really think I've got a $20 bill or a credit card on me?
I think my level of...
Yeah, I'm out here walking for my health. Shoot me and let's get it over with.
Look, you pop me in the knee, you're going to give me 6 weeks off? Come on, bro. I hope your aim is good.
Yes,
I hope your aim is good.
A little to the left. Wait, no, a little more to the... Down a little. Don't take those out.
And it all sounds good in theory, and I would like to think I would be that guy that goes... I would like to think my mouth would talk me into or out of more shit. So if you pull a gun on me, if I'm out walking, first off, situational awareness, you're not going to get anything but probably my earbuds. Good job. Hey, pawn shop.
I promise you, if I'm wearing a pair of gym shorts, you're going to get my phone and my earbuds, because if I put anything else in there, they're coming off anyway.
Right.
And most of those don't have pockets either, so where do you put all this stuff? Yeah, I got my wallet. Yeah, I got my keys. Hey, wait, I got my keys. My car's 3 miles that way. Good luck.
Yeah, you're welcome. But the other side of that is, I am enough of a gun nut in terms of I'm not doomsday prepper. Let's calm down there, Snowflake. I'm not in that mode, but I enjoy shooting at paper and appliances that I've already quit. There are plenty of people that have already quit, and I don't shoot at them. But my appliance gives up the goat. It's good as gone. Recycling metal, that's fun. Blowing it up's a lot better. But I'm going to look at the firearm in your hand and go, you actually think you're going to rob me with that punk-ass 22?
What it's going to turn into is going, hey, is that a 38? See
right.
that?
Yeah. Is that the new Springfield?
Yeah.
Damn. That must have set you back a pretty penny. No wonder you're trying to rob me.
I don't think anybody's actually going to rob anybody in a fitness area.
No, because most of us can outrun them before they pull their pants up.
Yeah, most of us. I can't. Back to that whole, I don't run, I walk.
No.
I just walk. That's what I lift sometimes. There's different music for that.
Standing up is a lift for me, so I just stick to walking. Standing up is a lift for me.
But I do not do the indoor track though. It circles around above the basketball court.
Yep.
I do not do the indoor track. I don't know.
To each their own.
Yeah, the treadmill's kind of my jam.
Look, to the credit of the folks that chose to put our YMCA there, the overview of the river is fantastic. It is. You don't need to put 100 TVs because the view is perfect. Every season, that view is perfect.
Oh yeah, it's in a perfect spot.
Yeah.
On the river as well.
No, I agree.
They utilized a place where another building had burnt down.
Correct.
Which is also wonderful news, and they made it. We updated our facilities, which is even better.
Correct.
And, one of the biggest reasons for choosing the Y is they actually have a lot to offer: swimming pool classes, blah blah blah. This is not a commercial. Yeah, kind of sounded like one, but anyway, nonprofit. So I don't care. But
the other thing for me is treadmill versus track. Yes, the track is a giant oval. So I'm not technically traveling anywhere that I haven't already been before, but at least I'm physically going from place to place, whereas a treadmill is just like, run, hamster.
And I get
run. Run, hamster.
I actually get that because that was always my reason for not being in the gym. I don't want to stand still. I want to be out where I can see, and I want to see nature and everything. Well, nature turns into a snake. I end up jogging, but that's a different story. But I like those huge windows that overlook.
Absolutely.
I mean, the treadmill I have at home, I have it in front of a window so that I can at least see outside because there's going to be days that it's raining and I don't want to walk in the rain. But, and I also have the advantage if I want to lift, I can lift. And I don't know, folks, I do not look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and I am not trying to. Not going to get there, but I do enjoy a little physical activity.
Sure.
And it's just a lot of fun for me. And it gets the stress of the day off. If you're looking for a way to get rid of stress, find something physical to do because you can pump that straight into it.
See, that's...
Or shoot your old appliances. I don't know.
That's very rare. Most appliances, despite what our grandparents would say in terms of, they don't make shit like they used to, that's fine. You're not wrong.
No, what our grandparents didn't have was YouTube to teach you how to fix it.
That's also very true, but counterproductive to my point. I'm amazed. Like,
well,
I don't
work with you.
No, that's also point taken. I go in the morning. You go at the end of the day to burn off everything. I go to center myself so I don't take out yesterday's aggression on as I go back into work. But no, I would rather go in the morning and get it done. I am much less motivated, and my results are much worse when I have had to adjust my schedule to go in the evening.
I had a few days off, and I'd get up and go in the morning so I could actually get stuff done on my day off and still go. Because that was one of my things. If I'm going to pay this membership, I'm going. And I'm going to go as many days as I can possibly go. And then on the weekends, because they don't open as early as I wake up, I do have other places that I go and walk.
Sure.
And that adds in some hills and different things and some nature and some fresh air and blah, blah, blah. But, and had we get on this? Oh, I said something about working out.
You did. But, I mean...
we were talking about music. That's how we got on this.
We did. We were talking music. But I just, even still, though, like, I'm not looking to find myself in the shape of the Governor, and I'm not. It's just not my thing.
Absolutely not.
I'm not looking to be the Venice Beach bodybuilder. I don't. If I were to ever find my way to Venice Beach and I were to walk by that area, I wouldn't even try to make eye contact because there's just you go over there and lift your weird round cinder block looking weights, and that's fine. Like the World Strongman competition, who the fuck trains for that? Who, like, at
The
what
world's
point do you
strongest
go?
man.
Yes, thank you. Very funny. But like the Atlas Stones.
You knew that was going to happen.
Yes, I did. Who goes out and goes, $10 if you can't lift that boulder? No, you dumbass.
Well, see, that was my thing with CrossFit. Everybody's like, oh, CrossFit. And I started looking at CrossFit, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's me mowing grass, working on the lawnmower, putting the lawnmower in the back of the truck so I can mow mom's grass. I mean, that's just, there's so much going. Well, that's what makes it so good. It's your everyday thing. Well, okay, so I'm doing that every day. Why am I going to pay somebody $200 a month to do it? I don't need to flip a tractor tire.
I'm going to stop you right there. CrossFit, I did P90X. There's nothing in my day-to-day routine that is like P90X. That whole pulling the string on your lawnmower is an action. No, it's not. It's not. I'm using a resistance band, pulling as hard as I can away from me. The frustration of firing up my lawnmower, if it pulls more than twice, it's going in the trash. I'm getting a new one.
He's going to shoot it first, and then he's going to put it in the trash and get a new one.
And if you're curious about how I blow it up, Tannerite.
You and I work at different places.
Well,
you know.
You work for the government. They'll duct tape anything.
I have an outdoor job. Let's not make it that great.
I just said you work for the government. It wasn't a matter of.
I don't sit behind a desk. That's for sure.
No. God, it would be kind of funny to see you behind a desk, though.
That would
I would stop by your office occasionally.
It's probably just as weird as the thought of me walking in place on a treadmill. Because me sitting at a desk would be. I'm too fidgety, which is why I keep playing with the fidget spinner.
I mean,
by the time I come back over here, he's gonna move the thing.
Absolutely not. It keeps you occupied. It's
Keeps
like
me
the
from
toys
doing
I have
stupid
from
jokes.
it's the toys I have for my daughter in the car. I made it an hour and a half drive last week, and no tears. That is a feet my wife currently does not have a record for.
I used to think the people that got the DVD players and stuff. I'm like, no, that's just all kids sleep in the car. We had a minivan with a DVD player in it. Best thing ever.
We do not have anything with a TV in it yet, but our house has plenty. But when it happens, I'm so excited to put the electronics in the vehicle because as we are sitting in the drive-through, I will just pull down my visor and have my own there because I'm gonna justify that.
But we at first
depends on the drive-through.
At first we had headphones and stuff, but we also had DVDs from Scooby-Doo and stuff like that. So it was like, no, wait a minute, unplug that thing. I want to listen.
Right.
I want to hear.
I used to watch. I was a big Sports Center guy. I watched Sports Center, whatever it was. Even if I didn't stay up and watch the game because I'm a grumpy old man to go to bed at 8:30. Some nights.
You too.
Yeah. Well, there's the age gap that we've more than once mentioned. So one of us
but
actually
8:30 is like 8:30 is like the best bedtime ever.
Well,
but I'm usually up by 4:30. So
I also work a morning show. There's a thing there.
Well, I don't get up at 4:30 to work a morning show. I get up at 4:30 because I have to pee.
The one.
Oh, I almost had it. I almost had
a spit take.
Almost had it.
Almost had a spit take. Well, but I see.
You know how hard it is to work a joke out when somebody's trying to drink water.
I'm looking forward.
That just then.
I took my meds.
Nettie pot my ass. We were about to.
Grossest thing ever.
Gonna snot that one out.
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever done that?
I don't want to.
My wife has one.
I don't like the thought of water going up my nose.
My wife has one. The commercials, like as seen on TV, is the worst.
It always just looks like to me that you're holding a tea kettle up from Beauty and the Beast to your nose, and you're just going to shoot water from one side to the other.
Can you imagine Angela Lansbury doing the commentary?
Sinuses she dribbled.
Yeah. It is the worst because they do it on TV.
Wow,
and it's
Murder
like,
She Wrote. You think maybe Yoda would come up with the title for that show? I am so ADD today. I'm just out of it.
Oh my god, it was pretty. I mean, it was good in its own way. However,
have you ever seen the show? It's a good show. Huh? What? You were talking about a neti pot. Something about putting water up your nose.
But you just asked me if I watched Murder She Wrote.
Yes, I did. I didn't say anything about Matlock yet.
I don't want to make an old joke.
Make an old joke. Go ahead, make an old joke. Do it.
Did you watch it before, or did you watch the VCR recording after you went to 4:30 at Country Corral?
No, I am actually old enough that I was forced to watch it because my mom and dad liked it. I was a kid waiting for my show to come on because my show didn't come on that night, and they had TV. They had control of the TV one night a week because they got tired of listening to Scotty beam everybody up.
Wow, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think my parents made the investment of more than one TV for that purpose because I watched some of the dumbest shit. However, I will say that to say this. My generation Saturday morning cartoons are better than anybody else's. Hold my non-alcoholic beer. I don't drink. Didn't have as much flair.
I had Bugs Bunny and Scooby-Doo. What the hell did you watch?
Transformers, the good ones before they made the shit movies. G.I. Joe, again, before they tried to turn it into a shit movie.
See, I was there for when Mattel and Hasbro actually come up with the toys before the cartoon, so I got to play with the real thing.
I also
wish I still had some of those toys.
Do you know what they're selling for right now?
A lot.
Almost as much as a fart in a jar for some
how many
people.
metal Tonka trucks I destroyed?
I
had original Star Wars stuff. I had original, like the Millennium Falcon and stuff. I had original Star Trek stuff. And I mean, that's stuff from a cult following.
Right.
So that adds even more value for some reason. I don't necessarily understand antiques.
I'm not sure where the nerds find the money to buy this stuff.
They all went to college and have really good paying jobs.
No. Different kind of nerd.
I'm
talking the mom basement nerd.
Oh, no, I will in mom's basement. This coming from two guys that's in a basement talking into a microphone.
This is my basement. I bought and paid for. Well, I'm paying for. I bought and am paying for this basement.
He's also a new dad, so if his wife comes down here and goes, "Hey, Mom, what you up to?" I'm going to really get him.
Oh, yeah. No. Thankfully, my wife is pretty okay with, like, taking the baby and going out for the afternoon so we can record these and well,
she wants to be surprised when I'm picking on her.
There is that too. She appreciates the element of surprise, and I value her for that. But I mean,
she left coffee again, so I think I'm still on her good side. For now,
at least now you have a tell if it doesn't. Yeah. You walk in and you're like, "Oh, there's no coffee."
Yeah, no coffee. Wife's already gone.
Well, that's the end of this. That's the end of this podcast.
I mean, I know when my wife's listening to it because I come home and eat bologna sandwiches.
Did I tell you I had tried smoked bologna? Like, actually taking a chub of bologna, putting it on the smoker before you go there, because I see that look.
Mm-hmm. There's no look.
Bullshit.
There's no look.
Bullshit.
What am I supposed to do with that? You tried smoking bologna.
I then went ahead
and you rolled it up and you put it on the what?
The smoker that I have in the garage.
He ground up that bologna and put it in a bowl.
No, I did not.
I am just kidding. He's not that kind of guy.
No.
He thought I was going to do a sex joke.
I did. I really, like, the look on your face said that. Now, you guys listening can't see this, but those of you who know him know exactly what
that would be obvious. I didn't want to go for the obvious. I mean, we all know you like bologna.
Children.
Can't be. I'm older than you. Now he's smoking bologna. Now he's smoking bologna. Okay, so seriously, you put some bologna on. Did you get the whole sausage or just the tip? Okay. Ooh.
It's easy to turn around and talk about food with you. No, I know. Technically, a portion is called a chub of bologna.
Okay, for what it's worth, so did you?
Which does not help.
All right, so you went to the local meat market and you got some bologna so you could smoke it. This should not be this funny.
It's only because you are young at heart. Yes, you are young at heart, and that is
I'm an immature little shit. What I am.
Oh, you said little.
All right, so well, I'm not the one out here buying a tube of bologna to put on a smoker or whatever it is you did to it.
Haters with it. Haters gonna hate.
So, all right.
You said you were okay. You were inclusive before we did this. You were okay with inclusion. Now you're attacking me.
No, I'm just talking about you playing with your bologna. Could you imagine if you said you were smoking a hot dog? Anyway, so bologna on the smoker. Did you rub it first?
I'm done. I'm done talking to you about this stuff.
You guys don't understand the looks on his face. We really shouldn't video this because I've got the perfect looks for what we're doing. So we should not have a camera on this. But the reason I get to laughing so hard is because he rolls his eyes hard enough to see memories from his childhood. It's like,
here's the thing. If you guys want us to do this on video, you need to share it, blow it up, like it, subscribe, and all the other typical creator bullshit that they try to get you to do to make us keep doing this. And if you do, if we get to a point where we feel comfortable with it and we have the success and we have the numbers, we will crank up the webcam that I use for streaming my video games, and we will do this motherfucker live. We will use my Twitch feed and do it live.
Okay, back to the gym.
What you got now?
I'm telling you really shouldn't offer all that because jokes.
I mean, I didn't give them my OnlyFans password or anything.
Well, how's that going, by the way?
It sucks.
Well, next time don't smoke a bologna.
There you go.
All right, so back to I'm actually interested because that's bound to give it a different level of flavor. There's no way out of this now.
You can't. Nope. You have.
There's absolutely no.
Alice.
There's
Follow
no
the
way
white rabbit.
out of this. There's no way. It doesn't matter. Every time I speak, it's going to be a joke. So, how'd you smoke your bologna?
With the competition blend.
Okay.
Of wood pellets on my pellet grill. It's delicious. My wife likes it too.
Okay. I'm trying.
No, it's fine.
I'm trying. I'm really trying. He smoked his bologna with his wood. Anyway, I'm glad your wife liked it.
My dad,
so
my brother-in-law liked it too.
Gives new meaning to keeping it in the family.
There it is. Fine. If we're gonna go down this road, I would say just get it all out. But
we're gonna get serious in a little bit, and I'm gonna crack a joke, and he's gonna be mad again. But
No. I'm never mad at any of your jokes.
So
that's kind of why this works.
Did you smoke it and do like bologna burgers? Did you like steak slice it and eat it with a knife and fork?
No.
What show was it where they were eating candy bars with a knife and fork? Was that Seinfeld?
I will never be that bougie. I will never be
Did you just
that bougie.
use slang?
I did.
That doubles back to like the very first one.
I mean,
and that one.
If
Bougie.
you don't know what we're talking about.
I have a friend named Bougie, nicknamed. I mean, it's not like her real name, but it's a nickname.
Damn, I want to see that birth certificate.
No, it was a nickname. Don't know how she got it, but anyway, it was a nickname.
No, that's fine. Actually, you cook the thing in its entirety. Then you have the freedom to slice it up however you like. So I always do sandwiches, but I do like bologna burgers, a little thicker cut.
Yeah, I mean, well, that and some grilled onions, some cheese.
Why the hell would you want Satan root?
Oh, you don't like onions?
Fuck
Satan
no.
root. Satan root.
Anybody else? Anybody else have any other food that makes them cry?
Satan
it's a
root?
food that makes you cry when you interact with it.
Only if you get the wrong yellow onion. I mean, you got to know what you're doing. I mean, I'm certain Satan would like a little bit of expertise when you're playing with his root. But anyway.
Not the same. Yeah, you missed out. You missed that one. Whoosh.
No, it was a swing and a miss, but it was worth it.
No, there is
you don't like
zero
onions.
use for
you
that.
don't like onions.
No.
At all.
No.
God, I love onions.
Deep fried, petals, none ya.
I love onions.
The only
it
onion
doesn't
ring,
matter.
I'll tell you, the only onion rings I can tolerate come from the King, and there's not a whole lot of onion in those.
I was fixing to say that's not like a real
onion. that's
deep fried.
battered.
I mean, it's there. There's onion in it. Okay, I'm not gonna. Let's not. It's a joke. I need that button, but I'm not dissing it because it does taste like an onion ring. It does look like an, but you don't pull out like a homemade onion ring. Correct. Where you bite into it, and you end up pulling out half the onion.
Correct.
That's what we're.
There's not enough of it there to count. It's like onion powder. I'll cook with onion powder, but there's not enough of it to count.
No, I will cook it with onions.
No, no, thank you.
Don't eat at my house.
Nope. No mirepoix for me.
Pretty much everything I do, it starts out with either onions, bacon, or garlic.
2 out of the 3 I'm in for.
Putting all 3 of those things together is even better.
2 out of 3 I'm in for.
So, I'll just not tell you. Oh, wait, I just told you.
Well, I mean, look, I'm amazed we haven't gotten to this beforehand. I don't like vegetables, period. None of them. Potatoes, but a lot of folks in today's woke society look at them as starches.
You did it again.
I did. Now it's kind of a challenge.
Now it's a thing.
it's a thing for me.
Because
you did it all the first time.
Well, yeah, I did.
Lord knows, you beat that dead horse till you cut it in half.
Oh, yes, and will again. But
I know.
I don't know. I love vegetables.
I have no issue with folks that do. I just have never developed a taste for them. And it's out in how you cook them. No, it's not. They suck. They suck.
I'm not going to hand you that one. I think it might be all in how your mom cooked them. I'm not going to say that I can cook them better. I'm not going to say I can cook anything where you'd like it. But like growing up, there was a day out of the week where vegetables was the meal.
Yeah.
And because my parents, they grew up with parents that had gardens and stuff like that.
100%.
And I eat a wide variety thereof.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go to a restaurant, get a veggie plate, and I am completely content and happy. Throw some cornbread in there, and I'm on board.
So here's the deal. If we're going to do that, I need a diner. I need like a good old country diner because mashed potatoes and gravy are on that list, and so is mac and cheese. Yeah. I will say there are vegetables that I can tolerate, so I should not say all. Zucchini, when cooked in Asian cuisine, I'm down with. Like
throw it in some spaghetti sauce.
So, green pepper.
I'm not kidding. Throw some zucchini and squash in a spaghetti sauce. It adds a depth of flavor that you would be surprised out of a vegetable that's 98% water.
Cooked down to the point of being non-existent, I'm down with the flavor.
I like my garden variety spaghetti sauce, zucchini, onions, squash. I might even throw some thinly sliced baby carrots in there, and mushrooms. My daughter hates mushrooms. I love them.
I'm hit and miss on mushrooms, to be honest. I don't really put them in the vegetable category, though.
I don't. I was just telling you what I put in my spaghetti sauce. I wasn't trying to say mushroom was a vegetable. They're more of a fungus.
That's right.
Which I reckon is its own food group, since cheese is more of a mold. But
some cheeses.
Some cheeses are more mold than other cheeses.
Yeah.
Most cheeses are some type of aged dairy product.
For the record, that's my preferred wing dip, too, by the way.
Oh, really? Cheese
Blue
sauce?
cheese.
Oh, blue cheese?
Blue cheese.
Really? You did?
Hell yeah.
I don't know that I've ever tasted it, and I usually pass it up for its smell.
Good blue cheese?
Smell is 90% taste.
See,
I probably said that wrong, but...
No. I hear you, and I feel like that in a lot of instances. You smell it. But with cheese is what the experts will say, the stinkier the cheese, the better the flavor. I don't buy that either. I
love some cheddar and mozzarella and provolone, Colby Jack. I love some Colby Jack, Monterey Jack. I love cheese. I've always passed up blue cheese because it's like, you take a big whiff and it's like, no, I don't want that.
If it's put into dressing where it is not the primary animal, it's more tolerable. I'll put blue cheese crumbles on a steak and let them melt. That can be a bit much in certain moments because I also want my steak to have a certain flavor. But for me, blue cheese dressing on wings, I don't buy in to the First Church of Ranch.
Okay, so and I knew we would get here. And
I figured
I'm not gonna go all pro ranch on you, believe it or not. I like ranch as a dipping sauce. We'll go there for wings, especially if I'm getting a hotter sauce.
Sure.
So because buttermilk ranch, and believe it or not, the buttermilk in it, the sour cream in it, however you make your ranch, sour cream is actually served with hot stuff like jalapeno poppers and things because it cools the mouth back down.
Yes.
And you've been with me eating wings, and you've seen me eat a wing, and then I might dip a wing and then eat the wing, but I don't dip every wing. I'm not a huge ranch dressing fan, and I do not want it on a salad. I'm going to do the old man Thousand Island, or I'm going to do a nice zesty Italian, or I'm going to do, and I get it from I'm not going to just keep plugging places, but it's a Vidalia onion vinaigrette, and no, it does not taste as much like onions as it sounds like it would.
Wow.
But that is the Vidalia onion vinaigrette is my actual favorite salad dressing on a salad. Now, at restaurants, because they don't carry that, it's Thousand Island or it's Italian. And I also cook chicken breast in Italian dressing and then cook it. But
Now, whoa. Now, I'm with you 100% there. When we have chicken that we know ahead of time I'm planning to grill that, marinate it in Italian dressing, sign me up.
But now, my wife and my daughter, ranch by the shot glass, please.
My wife, ranch on everything.
Yeah, they'll dip. I mean, my daughter does not use ketchup for French fries. She uses ranch. Me, I use honey mustard. I love honey mustard on French fries.
It honestly will depend on where I've gotten the fries from.
Really?
There are certain fries that work well with ranch. There are fries that work well with ketchup. There are certain fries that work really well with a Frosty.
See, I will go to a certain fast food place, get the chicken tenders so that I can get their honey mustard so I can dip their fries in it.
And again, everybody has those weird food combinations. I'm totally down with that. I get it.
Look, my wife thinks I'm crazy because, a lot of places you go, you order a sandwich like a cheesesteak or some type of hoagie or whatever. And one of my favorites is an Italian sub, but that's a different story. A lot of times you get that dill spear, that dill pickle, and I love a pickle. And my wife thinks I'm crazy because when I do the ketchup for the French fries, I will put the ketchup exactly where the pickle sat because the dill and the ketchup to me makes a great flavor. Yeah, I love those two together.
No, I
mean, I'm not going to dip my pickle in ketchup, but mixing the pickle juice with the ketchup's a great thing for me. Something else that I didn't figure, it took me a while to figure out where I got it from, like corn dogs or whatever. I like to mix the ketchup and the mustard together. And there's another well-known establishment that it's ketchup and mustard on their burger. And it creates not necessarily a unique taste, but it creates a flavor that is different from the two things individually.
See, to me, now obviously they are very different on their own, but I feel like a lot of times when you look at certain barbecue sauces, a lot of people will put mustard as a binder on their smoked meat. So you get that ketchup mustard feel. It kind of works in barbecue a lot that way.
Yeah, well, a lot of barbecue sauces, even homemade ones, there's a ketchup base.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. So when you get the mustard as the binder for the meat.
I actually like to use barbecue sauce when I make a meatloaf because there's a ketchup base.
Sure.
But you get a different flavor than just throwing a boatload of
I'm with you.
ketchup over it. I actually put rubs in my meatloaf as well, but back to
that's just a seasoning.
And I get it. Yeah, it is, but a meatloaf doesn't need to be icky. I mean, there's no need in not putting flavor on it.
Right.
I get it. Where everybody uses crackers or breadcrumbs or whatever for the binder that keeps everything together, I actually use seasoned croutons. And I get different levels of flavor within my meatloaf, and I think it's a bomb-ass meatloaf.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
I actually slow roast my meatloaf just like I would a pork butt or a chicken breast. I do not cook it on 400 for an hour. I don't make my meatloaf in one day. I mix everything up, and I let it rest just like when I rub a smoke board. But I can't talk today. Just like when I roast my pork.
Yeah.
I let it rest. I let it rest for at least 24 hours, and then I actually cook it slow and low, as Guy likes to say, at 250 for several hours. And what I get is something that actually stays together a little bit, but kind of crumbles. It's never burnt. It's wrapped in bacon. I mean, I've just got multiple levels of flavor to it. I just don't want to serve somebody, oh, hey, look, I had some hamburger and I threw some onions in it and baked it. Yeah, here you go. I'm actually creating something that, to me anyway, has got this wonderful flavor.
Sure.
And the next day, I mean, I'll actually put that thing on the griddle, fry it up, and put it on a piece of bread and have a sandwich.
And I've got no issues with what you said. And before we kind of double back to the vegetables, because I think we talked about a couple of those, but I do have a couple that I can tolerate. Good barbecue should take half the day.
Yes.
And I understand there are people that have their recipes that could do it in half the time, and I respect you for making that happen. And that barbecue probably
tastes absolutely phenomenal.
We're
not going to argue that with you, and you're welcome to call us and invite us over. Just saying.
But if I'm doing barbecue, I want to be prepared to take at least half the day.
Oh,
it's something
it's
that
an
I
event.
can nurture and look over and keep an eye on.
Yeah, it's an event.
Stir the pellets.
It's an event. It's like my wife will come home and, hey, look what was on sale, and I get excited and we start planning. It's an event. Got to make sure I got my favorite rub. Got to make sure I've got plenty of time to let it rest. I mean, and I go 48 hours, not 24. And I don't have a smoker, so I don't do that part, but I do mine in the oven. And it's an 8-hour event, and then and it turns into this huge Sunday afternoon meal because there's going to be cornbread.
Absolutely.
There's going to be, and in the summertime, my wife's got a friend that has a produce farm. Oh yeah, we're going to have fresh vegetables, and it's gonna be a spread. And a lot of times people get invited over, and a lot of times I lock my door and say, "Get the hell out of my face," because I think my barbecue's good.
No, and I
actually like it served North Carolina style. I don't want it swimming in sauce. I don't want you to bring me a plate of barbecue that's already swimming in sauce. Let me decide if I want to sauce it.
I'm so glad that that's your take. I don't like vinegar-based sauce.
My wife's on board with that. My wife doesn't like vinegar at all. Me, myself, I can drink it straight out of the bottle, but I'm a weirdo.
No, well, but not just that, but I'm with you. Good barbecue, much like a good steak, doesn't need sauce. I don't want any A1 or 57 on the table if there's a steak served, and if you use it, I'm not gonna lie, I judge the shit out of you for it.
You're gonna have to judge me, but I like the taste of 57.
Nothing. You know what?
I use that in different sauces too. But here's the thing: I have a flavor combination with my steak that I like the rub I use, and I like the rub I use with the 57 taste. But you'll notice I don't put it on my steak. I put it on my plate so that I can get the amount of flavor I want.
Correct.
I'm a dipper kind of guy.
Sure.
Now, if I've got pulled pork and I'm about to make a sandwich, I'm going to put a little barbecue sauce over the pork there. But I don't, and I choose restaurants that serve it unsauced because I don't want it sauced for me. That would be like asking somebody else to put ketchup on my fries. You can put too much, you can put too little. It's a big deal with me. It's a really big deal with me. And I want to taste the sauce separate, especially if you made it yourself. I want to taste the sauce separate because
credit where credit's
I
due.
may really like your sauce, and I might want to dip my French fries in it. I may not like your sauce.
Yep. Just got to be okay with it. Well, we talked about the seasoning part in one of our earlier episodes.
Yeah.
Don't come to the table and put salt on it before you put it
Right.
up in your mouth.
But I'm not going to judge you if you go straight for the salt. I'm really not. And I don't take offense to it. It's just one of those things. There are people who just love the taste of salt. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Have your deer food and be done with it. And, I'm going to sit over there. But we're all different there again. I want a little sauce for my steak because I have a flavor combo. Now, you invite me over and you're providing the steaks. You've done all the cooking and everything. I'm going to take a bite out of that before.
Oh, sure. No,
I'm not going to ask for sauce at your table.
I'm going to ask you a dozen times if it's good.
No sauce on your table, I'm not going to ask for ketchup because that's the ruination of every steak. But now, here's something funny. You serve steak with mashed potatoes and there's no sauce visibly available and I want a little extra flavor, I'll let the butter over into my steak. And I know people who butter their steaks, and it is actually a decent flavor with certain rubs.
So I have become a big fan of the reverse sear. I've done it twice. It has been the best steak both times. And I've been to steakhouses, and they're good. Not doubting it. But I'm not saying that my steak is better than theirs. I would not do that. But the reverse sear for me, I've seen it. It blew up on TikTok. I've watched enough people do it, and now I've done it. For those folks who don't, I'll call it novice because that's what I put myself at. I am a novice barbecue guy. I do it for me. I do not compete. I don't want to compete because there's too much pressure for that. I just want to have a good meal for myself and people that I want to share time with. Reverse searing for me gets the steak cooked the way I want, medium rare, every time. And I can control what my wife's steak temperature is. You almost dropped the microphone, didn't you?
I almost just put it straight in the floor, and I'm sitting over here trying my best to be so serious because you're getting into this, and it's like I'm on board. I am so with you on that. I mean, it's like, first of all of my flavors are for me. Right. If I invite you over and you think you need a little bit additional, fine.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm fine
don't
with
have
it.
a problem with that, but all of my flavors are done for me and my family, basically. And by the way, I throw mushrooms and stuff, and my kid just picks them out. My wife doesn't like green peppers. It's in my meatloaf. She just sits them to the side. I mean, and I've made stuff without it, and they both agree it adds flavor. They just don't want to eat that particular
textural.
item. Yes,
It's textural. I like certain, and I wanted to get back to it. The vegetables, I like squash, but it either needs to be pan-seared to the point of being crunchy, almost like a chip, or deep-fried, which, again, product of the South, deep-fried squash.
Have you tried grilling it?
Grilled squash?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Just
I want
checking because I like it grilled.
I want the crunch.
I like asparagus grilled too.
I will wrap that in bacon in little bouquets and then fry it for my wife. Put it on the grill for my wife that way.
Me with the squash, if it's being served fried, grilled, anything like that, it's being mixed in with the grilled onions and the mushrooms and the peppers. I'm actually going to have this medley of sautéed vegetables over here on the side.
It's its own thing at that point.
And a lot of those times, I want it sitting on a bed of rice.
Sure.
Because then no, I'm not trying to do some stir fry or anything. It's just a case of all of these flavors are good together. All of them have roughly the same texture after you've grilled, fried them, or whatever.
Absolutely.
So whatever thing you sautéed them in, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then on that bed of rice, for me, is just like something glorious in itself.
I also like okra, but it must be fried. I cannot
fried okra's the bomb.
I can't do okra any other way. I've tried and I just can't.
I'm 100% on board.
But a good fried okra,
But
son of a...
I take it you don't eat greens. So no mustard greens, no turnip greens, no kale, no spinach.
No.
You don't even use baby spinach instead of lettuce on a salad?
No.
Do you eat a salad?
I will occasionally eat salads. It's not my first choice, but I do have moments where I get in the mood for a salad, and when it does, it's...
And yes, folks, we've eaten together, but we've not eaten at each other's house.
No.
We typically go out.
I would not make a salad. No. I would have to be in the mood to order it out. I am not committed.
Salad. But you wouldn't like my salad. I mean, my salad is like a mound, and it's everything on the planet. There's stuff in my salad that I won't eat any other way than mixed in with that salad.
So for me, salad-wise, because I don't eat all the rest of the vegetables, it's lettuce, whatever meats you have available. Chef salad for me, I'm so down with a chef salad because it's meat, cheese, croutons, dressing, and lettuce.
Dude,
it's just like a deconstructed sub.
I'm probably the only person on the planet. The only meat I want on a salad is the bacon bits, and I want those real ones that you can get in the store. Or hey, we have a dehydrator now, thanks to Christmas. Thank you, Santa. I may try making my own bacon bits, but I like the real bits. Mm-hmm. But my salad's going to have lettuce and or baby spinach, and there's going to be tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, onions. There might even be cauliflower in it, carrots, mushrooms if I got them that aren't like in a can because I don't like all the sauce. Broccoli, croutons, my real bits, Anyway, sorry, I had a joke in my own brain, and I'll leave it there. But anyway, my salad is like mounted high. It's done in like this huge bowl because it is mounted high, and we calculated the calories with the everything I put in it and the dressing that I like. It's like an 850 calorie salad, but it's designed to be a meal. I'm not eating it in addition to a meal. I am eating it as a meal.
Well, and see, for me, the chef salad or a grilled chicken salad is that way.
See, I don't want the chicken mixed in with because my favorite dressing does not go well with dipping it as a meat or dipping it with a meat.
So for salads, for me,
meat in it.
I like the contrast. I am French and blue cheese, or Catalina and blue cheese, depending on which region you're listening to. From, rather.
I used to love French dressing, but they started with this zesty Italian, and my palate started to change a little bit.
I'm down with that.
Then the whole world got on this ranch kick, and I'm sitting over here like, ugh.
I don't think it's the whole world. I think it's just
And I've been
known.
I actually got picked on one time because I could not find a dressing that I really liked, and I had my honey mustard, and that's what I used.
I know people that put honey mustard on their salad. That's not nearly as
I'll
out
actually
there
put
as
that
you
on
might
a
think.
bologna sandwich. That might go good with your smoked bologna.
See, I don't normally like mustard for my bologna. I'm a mayo guy. to be perfectly honest.
Typically, I am as well. Every once in a while, though, I'd get a taste for mustard, but the honey mustard that I have at home, you don't have the twang of yellow mustard in it.
So, and I think that's the thing for me. Like, I have had burgers that I have asked for not to get mustard, and they don't listen. And I used to just be like, nah, whatever. But
I'd
the
send
thing
it
that
back.
I've already left the drive-through, and I refuse to go back.
Okay.
Because the money it would cost me to go back, I'll just eat the damn thing.
Well, see, there's a honey mustard at one food establishment that's heavy on the honey, and it's really good. And then there's a honey mustard you get at the store that has got a mix of the flavors. It's
Right.
You got a little twang, but it's not that heavy yellow mustard twang, and you've got the sweet from the honey as well. And I'm sure it's just their recipe, but
Sure.
it's really, really good. And I can dip fries in it, dip chicken in it, hot wings in it, you name it. But I did one time. I actually spread it on it, and it was a ham sandwich, a real, like the baked ham that you do and slice yourself, not the deli ham. And I put it on there just for shits and giggles, basically, and it was great. So then I'm making a bologna sandwich one day, and I'm like, hey, you know what, let me give this a try. And it was great. But that's not going to be my go-to. My go-to
Right.
for bologna, like you, is mayo. And a lot of times my go-to for ham is mustard. And I don't know why it is that I want the twang on that particular. Maybe it's the sodium-laden.
It's probably
meat,
the offset. But for me, mustard became a thing. And obviously, I'm not going to tell you exactly where we live. And we live far enough away that it makes it all work. If you're a NASCAR fan at all, and you have the smile on your face because you know exactly where I'm going to travel
I know
to.
exactly where you're going.
We're going to go up, if you're a NASCAR fan, we're going to go to the Martinsville Speedway. And they are famous for their hot dog.
Yes, they are.
And if you have not had a Speedway hot dog, you will not know what I'm talking about. And that's okay. I encourage you to make the pilgrimage. Try it out.
If you're a NASCAR fan, definitely.
If you are a NASCAR
that
fan,
short track is better live than it is on TV.
that short track is arguably the best short track.
Yeah, the paperclip.
And I think it makes for...
And live, it is phenomenal. It really is. And Martinsville does a lot of stuff to get you close to your driver. But anyway, back to the food.
Correct. Because of my affiliation with the radio station, we wound up in the press box. And I'll tell you, the perks of radio are made up in places like the Martinsville Speedway press box because it's all you can eat up there. And as a big dude who works in radio, who's done before the green flag drops with most of his obligations, it is open fucking season.
It is on. Yeah, I actually missed my perks. I got hot passes one time. Being down in the pits is amazing.
Absolutely.
I've been in that press box,
Yep.
and that spread is amazing.
Yep. And so
those hot dogs are really, really good too.
But if you are familiar with the hospitality industry at all, you know that you're only going to carry, you're going to make all of one particular thing to completion the way the Martinsville hot dog should be made, which is mustard, chili, and slaw and onions 50-50. Most of the time it's just mustard and chili is the base, but a lot of times slaw and onions is the most common. They will serve it both ways. They've reached the point of serving it both ways. I had not been a fan of chili. Not my thing. It always reigns as too spicy for me. But when you were there, you're sitting at the Martinsville Speedway, and if you're that douchebag who takes a spoon and scoops it all onto the plate, most of the other reporters are looking at you going, what the fuck is your problem?
Please tell me you didn't.
I did.
You did.
I did.
No.
And I finally said, you know what? No
and
slaw,
folks, don't
no
sit over and
onions.
go, if he eats chili beans, he should eat chili because it's not the same thing.
You're absolutely right, 100%. So I got one, no slaw, no onions, because I like meat. The chili can't be that terrible. If it's that hot, lesson learned, I'll just eat chips and brownies because they leave plenty of that up there. I was totally down with it, and the mustard offset just the way I needed it to round it out.
If it's done right, yes.
And I have grown to appreciate that, and now that I'm doing barbecue recreationally, mustard is a binder. I have a rub that is a mustard powder-based rub, which it helps break it down, for starters.
Yes. The acid does wonders for the connective tissue.
It adds a tang that for those that like to put barbecue sauce on it, and you're a sweet sauce person, it breaks it up.
Yes.
So I've grown to appreciate that, and I've found that as I've gotten older. Stuff I hated as a kid, I've grown to appreciate for what it is now, because it is now part of the bigger picture.
And to explain, if you go to a restaurant where we live,
correct?
Because we realize, because we've seen the analytics, as he calls it, we realize not everybody lives where we live.
Of course.
A hot dog in this area, if you order it loaded or all the way,
mustard, chili,
it's going to be, there's going to be ketchup in there too. Depending on the restaurant, you'll get mustard, ketchup, chili, onions, and slaw. Now, further north, they put pickle relish on that.
The Chicago-style dogs, they love that weird pickle relish.
I did that by accident. Ordered a hot dog all the way in a region that put the pickle relish on it. Opened the thing up, and I looked at it. I'm like, what? And what the hell is this? What kind of Satan worshiping are we doing?
I'm so glad you said that, because pickle relish will ruin egg salad.
Yeah, but I did not want to be the guy that scraped it off with a spoon.
Oh, no, I'll own that shit all day. If I'm paying for it, I'll eat it how I damn well
took a nice big bite of that hot dog and liked it. Now, will I go out and buy a pickle relish to put on my hot dog at home? No.
We have it in our fridge.
If I order one there, if I'm somewhere else and I order it, and a lot of times in the same state, but the northern region, a lot of times the server will be, do you want relish on that? And,
right.
I get the option. And I'm not going to do that every time. It's not a flavor I'm going to get every time. And you're right, pickle relish will ruin egg salad, tuna, all sorts of neat stuff, because you're supposed to use sweet salad cubes for those things.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a different type of pickle relish.
No. You keep that shit out of my egg salad.
The pickle relish is actually a different taste from the sweet salad cubes. How do you eat egg salad with no pickles in it?
It's just
other than I put it in my mouth and I chew and I swallow. It's just eggs with mustard and mayonnaise, dude.
And salt and pepper and a little bit of barbecue seasoning.
And bread. Yeah.
I don't normally.
I like pickles. You must not like pickles.
I don't like cucumbers. I don't like cucumbers.
Pickles.
So why the hell would I want the fermented left in the jar too long cucumber?
Fermented left in the jar too long. That's good. You have issues.
Do you eat pickled eggs?
God, no. But I eat eggs.
Okay. Same.
I eat cucumbers and I eat the fermented left in the jar kind.
I'm just saying.
I actually make my own. Yeah, you can do that. And I put onions in it, too. They're called bread and butter pickles.
Yes, I'm familiar with the term bread and butter
pickles. They have a great taste in egg salad, too.
I have a grandmother that lives in the mountains. Trust me, I know what the hell a bread and butter pickle is.
Apparently, she didn't feed you as a kid.
No, she didn't. She lived in the mountains. You know what she did?
No, I know what she did. You don't eat cucumbers, you're not coming to my house. That's how that happened.
Move your own shit.
We love you, Grandma. We also know you're not listening. But anyway, I don't know. Would she? Would she listen? Would she tune into this?
I think she would to support me.
Probably should have asked the question, is she still with us first? I mean, I could be tossed.
That grandmother is, yes. No.
Sometimes you realize after the fact that you're talking about, and,
Yeah. There's nothing worse than making a your mama joke and then going, shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
And but my buddies and I do have a saying on that topic, because your mother is a saint.
Always.
Your mama is a trash bag hoe.
Exactly.
Your mother is a saint, and I would never say a cross word to her.
Amongst friends, though, your mama joke is not a. I mean, it's it's like a that's what she said joke. But you got to be friends. I mean, like the new guy at work should not be popping your mama joke or a that's what she said joke.
Oh, he gonna get popped.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you don't talk about somebody's wife.
You don't want that
unless
smoke.
You know them. I mean, I can't. Obviously, he can't pick on my wife. I can't pick on his. They listen.
We should probably go before we go down into bad
We would never be able to get together and have this barbecue thing.
We will catch you guys next week.
Yeah, definitely.